way far up, so that was probably a lot louder than the normal. That's my bad. Welcome back to another stream today. Doing more Ragnarok. Today is going to be a pretty grindy stream. I'm just going to say that up front. I've been trying to slot some items, specifically undershirts. Once we get to that, if we happen to get to that today, I will then attempt to slot some panties. But we will see. It's also that I can put in specific runes so that I can start building out my assassin set. I have all the runes. I just need the appropriate equipment and slots to pull it off. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And apologize up front if that's going to be pretty boring, I guess. But yeah, I mean that's what we're doing. Keeping things pretty simple. So actually, let me go ahead and get that going. But yeah, that is the plan. Gonna try and get what we can done today. Hopefully we can do that. I've been trying to do that over the weekend, the last couple of days, when I was able to jump on. And while I do have a good way to make the necessary money to continue with this endeavor, it has been a task. I'm pretty sure I've broken, like, I want to say at least 10 undershirts probably so far. And in order to potentially get a slot into an undershirt is classified as an S tier armor. And it costs 1 million zenny, plus 1 alunium per attempt. So I'm going to probably run out of something, more than likely aluniums, at some point, and I'll have to go farm more. But hey, what's up, Lonnie? Don't follow the finches. Yes, absolutely. But essentially, for the purposes of this stream, talking like I'm making a YouTube video, which is something that I used to do. I used to make Let's Plays a very, very, very long time ago. I guess some of that never really leaves the vernacular. Yep, we are going to be fighting wolves mainly, and anything else that decides to get up into our grill. I know, ex-YouTuber. You know, it's really interesting. There's an article that I read a couple of weeks ago, I think, and it's recently come up again. It's misattributed to the guy that created the Resident Evil series, I think. It was like someone in his team, I believe. But they're saying something about how if more people are watching other people play your game instead of playing your game, then you kind of failed as a producer or someone that creates games. And I'm like, I don't really think so, I can understand from a certain perspective that you want people to you want people to actually play your game, but I think the reality of it is that not everyone can afford to play your game. Not everyone is going to be interested enough in a game to be like, I'm just going to drop like $70 on this bitch at launch, maybe not even like at a sale. And so I think a lot of people look at like streamers and like people that used to do like let's plays and stuff like that and sort of like a window in, because it's like the same thing with pirating, right? Like most of the time, like people that pirate your stuff is a sale that you weren't gonna make, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a sale that's lost forever. A lot of people, well, not a lot, but like a decent amount of people that pirate stuff, if they like what they played, what they watched, what have you, they become fans. They usually end up like buying like the material. So I mean, yeah, like in a truly just and fair world, people would just like pay you for your product. But I think the reality is that like a lot of people just aren't sure. And with the current state of the world and how things are like more expensive and people have like less capital to give up for like consumerism, it's like it matters more than ever now for people to be like absolutely sure about like their choices, which in itself is a problem. But I don't know, it's like a more nuanced problem than just like you failed as a game designer because someone didn't physically play your game and instead decided to enjoy your franchise through a different medium. So I don't know. Always like an interesting point of contention when it comes up. I mean, similarly, there was sort of like an adjacent topic that came up like probably a couple of months prior to that, where people had mentioned that like unless like you play like a video game, you can't claim to be a real fan of like that like piece of like material. And I'm like, yeah, but like you can apply, like I understand because video games are like an interactive medium, so like I get where that attitude is coming from, but it's like, I guess if I could pull out like an example that's probably the closest in my brain, it's like, oh well, you can't be like a fan of like professional like baseball unless like you play professional baseball, you know? It's like, right, so you're saying like unless you somehow are a less than 1% human on the planet, you can't be a fan of baseball, which is like stupid, right? Like you can enjoy things without interacting with them in the way that they're meant to be interacted with, you know? That's like the whole thing. Like I think it's kind of silly to put people into like unnecessary boxes like that. Kind of like how there is a huge discourse, specifically in the Final Fantasy VII fandom, which oddly enough doesn't really have to do with like shippers, but like there's kind of overlap. Where they're like the purists, which are the OG fans that are just like, fuck everything the remakes are trying to do. Remakes suck, the original is like the best. And then there are people in like the remake camp that are like, yeah, but like, you know, like I came into like this franchise like as like a remake player, or like I'm an OG player, but I like what remake is doing, and like, you know, like maybe there are things that are being like misinterpreted, and this and that and whatever. Like it's basically people in like two camps, right? You're red or you're blue. And it's like, okay, like, or you could be, you know, just a really big fan of Final Fantasy VII and be like, I like original Final Fantasy VII, but like conversely, I also like the remake Final Fantasy VII, and like each one has its problems, and that's okay because things aren't perfect and they can exist with flaws, and it's okay to like more than one thing because you're allowed to like more than one thing. Like, it's not like liking the original Final Fantasy VII or the remake trilogy or whatever is like, oh yeah, like because you like one and not the other, you're like a fucking Nazi or something, you know? It's like, what the hell is that? Like, why is there this like attitude that like you're only allowed to like one and like not the other? Like, what are you, fucking 5? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, who shit in your Cheerios so bad that now you have to like completely dislike a very, very specific thing that's like not even doing like any real harm to the thing that you love? I don't know. I just think it's like wild that that's like even like a point of contention. Like, one of the biggest things that I see about the hate for the new remake trilogy, which I don't understand, and it doesn't make sense, is one of the biggest like proponents or one of the biggest purists of the OG series is like, and why they don't like remake. Hey, what's up, man? Is that like they're like, oh yeah, like the remake does like too many like silly things, and like you don't have like enough moments where like, or there are like moments where like the story is like super serious and then like they do something funny and that's like stupid. Completely forgetting that like in the original Final Fantasy VII, like the original Final Fantasy VII had so many moments that were just like, what the fuck, and like out of nowhere and didn't make like sense as far as like a story beat, and it just like came off as silly or weird, and like some of it was like due to like bad localization, but like that was just like the structure of Final Fantasy VII. It's like a silly adventure. It's like super grounded, but like it doesn't take itself like super serious. Like, it's very much like a Japanese product, you know? And like people love to argue for whatever reason that Final Fantasy VII, the OG, is like this extremely serious like story that like didn't have like any silly moments, and it was just like a straight shot from like the beginning to the end. And I'm like, no, like you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I am just farming Zenny so that I can slot panties and undershirts. That is the whole goal today. And so far in my quest, not today, but like since I started, I've broken like 10 undershirts. Yeah, this place is like super easy. You know, it's just like really easy to like kill wolves and like quickly like rack up Zenny. Cause like you can easily make like between like 200 something to like almost like 400 something like a session. So I think so. Yeah.
Currency accounts with compounding interest,
Because
and it's gone.
in the same room where like the one guy at the top of the like by the board in the classroom. Oh really? Damn. Because I was gonna say like there's like another NPC in that room that's off to the like the left side that lets you do that. So That's like really weird. I think so. Like they both have like similar names. Yeah. There's like one guy that doesn't do anything off to the right, and then there's the guy at the top that lets you slot certain things, and then there's like a guy off to like the bottom left that also lets you slot things. So it's the guy like towards the bottom left. Maybe in Legacy they don't allow that, which is like weird because like I don't know of like other gear that you could give specifically to assassins that are like slotted. To do that, well, I mean, I guess there's stuff. It would just be like suboptimal, right? Which is like weird. Hold on. Wait. Whoops, that is not right. Teleport. I'm going there right now. Hold on. Yeah, it's not this guy. It's this guy. Leoblem. You go to S, and there you go. Yep. And there's the other one. Yep. Yeah, it just sucks because every time you fail, you use up an Illunium and and 1 million Zenny. So yeah, it's pretty nuts. I mean, thankfully you can get like you can easily make up like the Zenny like here. And in that place in particular, it's not bad even if there's like a couple of people in there because the wolves pretty much like spawn immediately like when one dies. So yeah. Oh, I totally forgot. When I'm streaming, I should put the music back on. Yeah, I'm the only one on this map right now too, but it kind of makes sense. Like the season's like pretty much gonna end in like 2 weeks, so pretty much like everyone that's really wanted to do everything they wanted to do is just kind of like futzing about. So but yeah. That or like people are like powerful enough that they probably have better ways to make Zenny. So I'm sure this place is in the that I'm not sure. Like I'm like interested to like see what the new season rollout is. My hope, even though I'm sure it doesn't work like this, is that once the new season rolls over, they make it so that your seasonal characters roll over into Legacy and keep their progression, and then like you just like start over from scratch if you make like a new like seasonal character. That's like obviously the best case scenario. That's probably not how it works, but I hope so. That's like there's probably some special condition though, because if you're able to get coupons for your transcendent classes, then there has to be like some save data that rolls over into like your new character. So I don't know. Right. No, that's definitely true. I mean, like, I know on here there are people that do advertise every once in a while when I'm paying attention to the chat, asking if anyone's doing like specific like bosses, or like people like want their assistance for like certain like cards as far as like hunting and whatever. So yeah. I mean, this game has been running for what? This is like season 24, so I'm sure like someone has like, and I say this with like love and not like mockery, but I'm sure someone has like autistically like planned out like the most efficient way to get like every single card, you know? So the Desert Wolves? Yeah. Pretty much everything here is you can Grimtooth. I just choose to walk around. I think the only time I Grimtooth is when I get like more than one like up my butt. Although if I can get the set to work, then I won't necessarily have to worry about running out of SP at some point. Yeah. The Roweens do drop a pretty cool knuckle for monks. So I found like a couple. I don't know. It's like I always want to like make a monk, because like I think monks are like really fun, even if you're not doing like MVP monk or anything like that. But then like the path to monk like always like makes me shudder. I'm just like, yeah, no thanks. Millions here? That's wild. I mean, I know the rates on Legacy are like, but I wouldn't figure like that would affect it that much. But I mean, I guess if you're working at half the chances, maybe it will. In terms of like luck. This should, yep. All right. I mean, it's actually kind of surprising. There's so many cards that I see that's like this, unless you're a monk, and then for monk it's like increased like damage of like, or like chance of like this combo like going off or something like that. So it's an interesting system for sure. Yeah. Tamarun. Ah. Damage plus 3% with all skills except double strafe, sure strike, storm gust, bowling bash, and shield boomerang. Damage plus 40% with chain combo and combo finish. Minus 50% SP cost for 30 seconds after using combo finish. Combo finish no longer consumes spheres. Oh, nice. That's a nice card. Anyone have Bathory Rune? Ah, right. I know there's a card that gives Warp Portal, but I don't have it, and I assume it's probably one that drops from like a boss or just an enemy that I haven't fought. If I remember right, MP efficiency translates to damage on a sure. Oh, okay. Frost. Oh, okay. Ah, level 4 with Skogul. Neat. Yeah, I don't know. You need to be able to live those guys to get it. I saw someone talking about it the other day. I think someone wanted like a specific transport somewhere, and the only other guy in global chat that was talking was like, "I'd help you, but like I haven't hunted those yet." So. Oh, those things. Odin's Temple. Weakness to Holy. Yeah, those things would fuck up my day. Well, that makes sense. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only character that has any chance is my hunter, which I think is at 90 something. I don't remember what level. But even then, I would probably get like absolutely destroyed by like everything on there that's like aggro. So I don't know. I think I have one of them, I think, or maybe not. I know one's easier than the other. No, I don't have either. I think I can handle the blue one. One's like stronger and one's just like weak. Whichever the weaker one is, I can do that one. with my hunter. I can technically take on the stronger one, but he usually like decimates my life pretty bad, so okay. I guess Baron is the one that I can easily smash into the floor. Oh yeah? Well, this week I'm assuming we're back at the shop. Since like last week it was at it wasn't there. Oh. Yeah, so like I don't know if I can do like two birthday meals in a row, you know? I mean, like, if it was just me, it would be like one thing, but even if it's just me, it's still like a lot of money. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. It's like I don't want to miss the event, but I also don't want to be like that guy that's just like I like can't afford shit. Because I'm assuming we're going for like the buffet part, right? Like I looked up like the dinner menu, and I'm pretty sure the dinner buffet is like similar to when we went to that one sushi place. It's probably going to be around like $40. And yeah, if that's the case, then I don't know. That's a bit much, especially coming up at the end of the month where we need to make sure we have like money for all like the bills and stuff. Oh look, there it is. Yeah, because I didn't see that they had any other menu. Actually, let me check because I looked it up this morning. It's like Aki Sushi, Florida Mall. Yeah, because we're going at like 7, right? So if you want to do all you can eat sushi, sashimi, and hibachi, it's $31.95 per person. And that doesn't look like it includes drinks. So yeah, with drinks it's probably $40 or close to it. Jesus Christ. They have a soup on the menu that's like $19. Yeah, it's like even if you order things individually, you're actually fucking yourself over by ordering things individually. Like, you should honestly just do the hibachi menu. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to talk it over with Abby, and I was like, I don't know, what do you think? And she's like, well, we could go and probably get something small. And I'm like, maybe. Like, we're gonna go and it's just gonna be awkward and weird. But I guess that's just how it is if we decide to do that, so. Oops. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to not go because I already said that I was going. I don't want to like not show up for jam, you know, but I don't know. I mean, he also like got me a gift, so it's just kind of like like obviously I want to show up because like he's my boy, but like I also feel kind of obligated to show up because it's like, you know, Not like in a bad way. It's just, I don't know. It feels shitty if like I don't. It's just that when I'm like there, I'm gonna feel bad about it. Because it's gonna be like embarrassing for me, not for them. So, yeah, I don't know. Ah, damn it, another failure. Oh well, back to the grind. It is unfortunate, but you know, I don't know. Even if I had like a credit card, I feel like, or like an active credit card, I feel like I would still feel pretty like not cool about doing that, because that's like another $100, right? Like potentially, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I guess like at this point in life, I honestly didn't think like the struggle for like just like survival would be like this hard, but well, here we are. Can't even do nice things every once in a while, or more often than I guess not often. I guess just like not doing nice things when like the opportunities arise, right? Not like we're going out and partying every weekend. It's like, oh yeah, this is like maybe like 1 out of like 5 times a year that like people want to get together, and it's like, yeah, but like not really. Just feels bad man type of deal. I don't like not showing up for friends, like period, but especially in the cases with someone that I've been like a friend with for like over 10 years. It just feels like fucked up to like not be there, you know? I don't know. If it ends up being too expensive, I will probably just say I can't go. Because it's like, it's not even just like eating, right? It's like afterwards there's like arcade monsters, and then there's like the gas that we're gonna spend to get there. I mean, I know I could probably definitely like skip arcade monsters like after like the dinner. I know we don't have to show up for like part 2, but it's like, you know, like legit, because like we're having dinner so late. Well, not like late, but I assume we're gonna be there until at least like probably like 9, maybe past 9, maybe. And at that point, because it's international drive, I'll want to get home so that I can get enough sleep to go to work. So probably the only downside about my current job is the fact that I have to be in bed early so I can wake up and get shit done. But the job does give me a lot of freedom, personally and otherwise, so I can't really, like, the trade-off is just that I have to carefully spend my time in certain ways, whereas if I were working a normal job, I could probably be out much later than I would be. But yeah, I don't know. The long and short of it is just don't get into a financial situation like me, even if you don't mean to, because then you have to not just disappoint the people around you, but you have to disappoint yourself, and disappointing yourself really sucks. So, but it is what it is, you know. We just have to, what's this called? Pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. That whole thing. Anyway, so we went to like a screen unseen yesterday. We saw this movie that was made by like Angel Studios. I think they're like a Christian-based film producer. They actually they actually make some like pretty like interesting films. Obviously like grounded with like a religious aspect, but it's usually like not like too like over the top. It's just that like when like characters have like, you know, like in their like stories have like moments of like crisis and stuff, they like turn to like their faith and like they pray, they're like God's will and all that stuff, which isn't it like an inherently bad message or anything like that. But we saw the movie was called Young Washington, and it's exactly what you think. It's well, probably it's a movie about the life and exploits of a young George Washington during the French and Indian War, and it was like before he was like president. But you know, it was all right. It was all right. It was very sensationalized in terms of like the action, like most war movies are, for, you know, for the most part. But it wasn't the worst. They actually had great Native American, indigenous representation, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, like not a bad movie. It was pretty all right, you know. Definitely not something I would go out of my way to watch on my own. But pretty neat, pretty neat. We had seen this other movie. I think it was like last year. I don't remember what it was called. Like the main antagonist was the actor who played Damien Dark in like DC's Legends of Tomorrow on CW, and like he was also like M. Bison in like the Chun-Li movie with Kristen Krug. I always forget his name, and I feel bad because he plays like really good like villains and like amoral like characters and stuff like that. But he's like super like one of his, he's like really like heavy into like his faith. Like he doesn't make it he doesn't make it like his personality, but like he's really like about like his religion and stuff, and he's passionate about it. To the point where like it's actually lost him roles, but like not in the way that you would think. There are roles where there was like a role, I forgot which TV show it was, or maybe it was a movie. On either case, it doesn't change the outcome, but he was like the lead, or he had some role in a show or piece of media where he had to like kiss like another actress, and because of his faith, he was like, hey, like, you know, I understand that like this is for like a production, but like because of like my faith, like I only like agreed as far as like the covenant with like God and my wife and whatever, that like I would only like kiss like one woman, and that's like my wife. And so he like refused to do the scene, and like because he refused to do the scene, he actually got fired, and like for a little while after that he was like blacklisted in Hollywood because he wouldn't do like sexual like, you know, like scenes and stuff like that, because of like his like faith-based and like moral like principles and stuff. But that thing's like really cool, like, you know, like but he eventually like found his way back, and like now in a lot of like these angel productions he usually shows up. But in the one that I was mentioning before, because we kind of went off on like a side tangent there, it was like this weird like movie. It was like sci-fi. It was about like parallel universes and stuff like that. And it ended up being like this like really interesting and like weird retelling of like Job and like his life. It was like pretty neat. I don't know. I wish I could remember what it was called. Actually, I want to look up that guy right now. Neil McDonough. McDonough? Neil McDonough, yeah. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Band of Brothers, Minority Report, Tin Man. Oh, he was one of the guys in Captain America's group in the first Avenger. He was in Star Trek First Contact. Oh yeah, he was in Sonic the Hedgehog. I forgot. He was like one of the agents, I think. He's in suits. He does do voice work as well, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, what was... what was that one? No, it's not that. Nope. Apparently he really likes westerns. Man, I am having a lot of trouble finding... Is it? No, that wasn't it. It wasn't Apex. The Shift, that's what it was called. Yeah, it's a loose adaptation of the Book of Job. I thought so. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. But yeah, that guy, really awesome. But yeah, I don't know. They do. The Angel Studios does interesting stuff. They're the studio behind that Jim Caviezel movie, where it was like about like child trafficking and stuff. The Sound of Freedom, that I think was like vaulted by Fox, or it was like someone, like it was meant to come out like a couple years prior to when it did. But yeah, it was like, I don't know. It's always interesting because they always do this like pitch sort of at the end, because they're well funded, but they usually have this program, which I think like helps to like generate like sales and also like to get like more eyes like on like their movie and whatnot. They always do like a pitch at the end where they have like a pay it forward program. There's usually like one of the stars from the movie that like talks about it, and they have a QR code where you can usually like purchase a ticket, and then like when someone goes to like a theater that's like showing like a movie, like that movie, and they go to pay like the box office is like, oh no, like someone like paid for it, so you get to see this for free. But yeah, I think it's like a really cool. I think it's a really cool way to get like people into like the theaters and to like try to get like your message across. At least like all the films that I've seen produced by Angel Studios, they're not overly like preachy. They're just like, hey, like we just want to let you know that like we're like a Christian like based like studio, and like we're trying to tell like like real, not like real stories, but like grounded stories, and like like yes, like faith is like part of like the narrative, but it's not like we're not like convert to like Christianity or you're like gonna burn in hell, like it's just like, yeah, there's like some religious like undertones, and like if you like it, cool, and if you don't, that's also cool, but like thanks for like giving us a try. They actually have like an action film with like Alan Richardson coming out pretty soon. With Owen Wilson as well. They're like supposed to like be transporting this like liver, I guess, to like this like dying girl, and like they get caught up in this like black market shit, and it becomes like this like race against time to like make sure that she gets like the organ so that like she doesn't die or whatever. I don't know. It's like it's really interesting. I know Alan is also like big into like his faith and stuff, and I'm pretty sure he's worked with him before. Because we saw like a movie with him as well, where he was like I don't want to say he was like an independent contractor or something, but he was like a construction guy. He was like a roofer, I think. And his family was like drowning in debt after some kind of natural disaster. It was like based off of like a real story, but like a girl needed money for like hospital bills. I think like Hilary Swank was in it too. Like basically like everyone thought she was a lost cause, and like she worked like closely like with the family to make sure that like this girl like made it to the hospital, and like her treatments were paid for and stuff like that. It was a really nice heartwarming story and stuff. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I mean, I usually don't talk about stuff like this a lot. I try to keep my channel and whatnot relatively sanitized from certain topics that could start problems. But I am not a believer. Now that's not saying I'm an atheist, because that's not true. I'm agnostic. The religion that I ascribe to the most in my life was Buddhism. I was a Baptist in like the early stages of my life that I can't really remember. And I have attended like Christian ceremony on more than one occasion, sparsed throughout my life. But I am not a true believer. But I won't outright deny that God or like a greater universal force doesn't exist out there somewhere. I just haven't personally been shown that they do. So, for whatever, take that for whatever that's worth, I guess. But yeah. So, but yeah, like it's, religion, it exists. It's fine that it exists. Religion itself is actually fairly neutral. It's just what you do with your religion that turns it into a potential weapon. And it's definitely been weaponized throughout history. But religion itself isn't inherently bad. It becomes the tool of whoever wields it at the time. really doesn't have to be wielded in a very specific way. If anything, it's just kind of like, here's a tenet for like how to potentially live life. It's not like a one-to-one plan, but you know, if you need some guidance, here you go. That type of deal. So, you know, I guess take that for what it is. But yeah, you know, all in all, getting back to the studio, they seem pretty good. So I would definitely recommend giving some of their movies a try, regardless of whether you are of the faith or not. Oh, another failure. That's like failure number 12. I actually have to head to the restroom for a bit, so I will be right back. Ooh. Okay, I am back. To kind of shift on topics though, yesterday Valve dropped the pricing for their Steam machine. I am aptly waiting for someone to turn their Steam machine startup song or startup sound into the Daft Punk song of the same name. So you're welcome if you didn't think about that before. But I watched the Gamer Nexus video. I looked at whatever stats were out there, and initially I was like, I mean, this is like a pretty good machine, right? But like, it's just kind of like not great in terms of like product pricing. And I get it. Materials are expensive. There's no way to like really get around it. So like, I can understand why they priced it the way that they did. It just feels shitty because like, for the price that they're putting out to consumers, you could just like, you just make like a PC, right? And like, in this case, like a PC has like more functionality, because it's not just like a literal like Steam machine. I mean, there are like pros to like just having the machine be what it is, because it's like essentially a console that's like connected to like your Steam profile, and like you can just like, it's portable, you can like transport your like library and everything, you know, plug and play, all that stuff, as long as you have a internet connection, I think. So in that regard, it's actually really good. I just don't know, like the big thing for something like that, right, is like, is it upgradable in terms of like memory and components? If it works like a console, I imagine it's probably not. If anything, it's probably more functional as like a mini PC, and I don't know very often when people get mini PCs how upgradable those are. For the most part, I think you're pretty set with what you buy. Pretty sure like the max model initially for a Steam machine that they currently have is I think like 8 gigabytes of video RAM and like 16 gigabytes of like DDR5, which isn't bad. It comes with like a 2 terabyte hard drive. It's like not like low end, but like not like, definitely not high end. It's definitely like mid tier, but like probably like closer to like the low end of things, right? Not like exactly low end, but maybe like just above. So that in itself actually isn't like, it's not bad, right? It's like, it's good for enthusiasts, and like I said, I've definitely softened my initial position where I was just like, this is just kind of like a waste of money. It kind of is still, but like it's not as bad as like I initially thought, which really wasn't even that bad to begin with. I was just like, you know, like for the price, it's like you might as well just like build your own custom PC or like get another pre-built that does it like better. Overall, not terrible though. So it's just like the biggest like pain point is really just the pricing, because of like the component shortage and like the rise of like AI, and that's why like, you know, RAM is like super expensive. Like people are doing comparisons like based off of like their own personal purchases, and like the same like not even like comparing like the specific RAM inside the Steam machine, but but I remember one of the like last things I saw, like someone report about their own PC that they built was like, yeah, like, you know, when I built this computer, like, you know, a couple years ago, I paid for like 2 sticks of like 16 gigabit like DDR4 RAM, and like back then it was like $86, and like those same like 2 sticks of RAM now are like $400, and it's like, what the hell? Like, Jesus Christ. Like the markup is like insane. Which is like funny because like RAM used to be like one of like the cheapest parts of like your PC build, right? Like the thing that usually put you out like a ton, and it still does, to be fair. But the point is that like RAM used to be like not necessarily like inexpensive, but like one of the least expensive parts of like your PC build. The most expensive usually being like your graphics card. But yeah, now it's like, okay, like paying for 2 sticks of RAM is like equivalent to like a low to like mid-end like graphics card in a PC. And it's like, dude, what the hell is going on? So yeah, pretty fucking whack ass shit. Yeah, insane. Actually insane. So I don't know. I mean, I do hope that this is just like an initial thing with the Steam machine, and obviously like over time they'll have like different models and whatnot. So the situation will like probably improve over time. It's just that like we're not quite there yet. But we'll probably eventually get there. It's very much like I said, an enthusiast thing, and you know, it's like the Steam Deck. You know, it's like a neat little way to carry like your Steam library with you and like on the go and whatnot. So it doesn't hurt anyone existing. Essentially, it's something that will probably eventually become really good and like more towards the consumer friendly side as opposed to like where it's at right now. So I have high hopes. I think right now it's just not a thing for a lot of regular people. I think the base model is actually I can just look this up. The base model without the controller at 512 gigabytes in terms of NVMe SSD storage. Yeah, 512 gigabytes, and then they have a 2 terabyte version for without the controller for $1,349. The controller essentially adds about 80 bucks to the total, something like that. And right now their CPU and GPU is based off of AMD. Apparently they have they were having trouble with Intel, I think, or Nvidia. I don't know. They're having trouble with like something. They said that they're working on it. But yeah, each machine has 16 gigabytes of DDR5 plus 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 VRAM. So Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, gigabit internet. Apparently the gigabit internet is 1 gigabit. 1 gigabit. Yeah, HDMI 2.0. It's got 1 USB-C and 4 USB-A ports. So, yeah. Not the best, not bad. It will eventually become better. And I'm definitely looking forward to that future. Even if I may or may not participate in it actively, you know? But yeah. We shall see. Ooh. Come on, wolves, you need to net me enough cash so I could potentially slot an undershirt. Potentially, maybe. I also believe I'm not gonna make full attack speed on this character. If anything, I'm probably gonna cap out at 180, which means I'm leaving 10 attack speed on the table, which kind of sucks. I know I can make that up with cards, I think. Definitely runes, I believe. Because there are certain runes that when you slot them into things, it's like, if you have this card, like plus 2%, like attack speed or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Whatever, I meant to attack the wolf first. I guess that's just how it is. I think this weekend Supergirl comes out along with a new Jackass movie, which supposedly is their last film. So hopefully it is good. Usually their movies like really funny. I remember watching the first like Jackass movie. I think I was in high school. Was I in high school or was that college? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember when it came out. I know it was like early in life, you know, in quotes. And I know they've had like a couple come out after that, but man, I gotta tell you, the whole like the intro to that movie had the theater fucking rolling. Like all those guys in the oversized like shopping cart and shit. It was like an unforgettable moment. So good. And also, it is like warm as shit in here. What the hell? Got like the fan on and everything too. Is this thing positioned terribly? I don't know. Actually, let me check something. Maybe that'll be better airflow. Okay. Is this one plugged in? No, it is. Guess we will do that too. I will say, this is a good way to get repeated cards, which is nice because I can translate those either directly into old card albums, which now they're starting to repeat a lot of cards, which ends up kind of being a waste. But hey, you never know. Or I could start making them into card coins so that I can get custom stuff for my my dude or doodad. I don't know. We'll see. So I have quite a bit of repeated cards by now. Yeah. I think it's like 2 cards per coin. Maybe I'll do that next time I'm over in Frontera. Wow. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Has this not been charging? Okay. I see. Okay, so tomorrow I will have to move my car to a different part of the parking lot. Good to know. I would like to not have my car towed. Apparently my apartment building is doing tree trimming, and tomorrow place that I usually park is where they are going to be doing that, so we have to park somewhere the fuck else. Which means we might have to do a little bit of walking. Not the Christopher kind, but, you know, walking. Okay. More wolves, please. Normally I don't do that, but that worked out, so cool. So did that. Wow. as well. Oh man. Man, I had like a 2-hour nap when I got home today, and I'm still tired as balls. Oh man, that's how you know I'm old. Take a nap, still tired. Although I know today is Prime Day with Amazon. We actually got to the station this morning, and everyone on my route, I guess they, because I work out of a .com station and stuff, they were not subject to a lot of the incoming sales from today, so I guess they didn't have like a lot of work for us. I'm sure like the same day delivery stations are like slammed to all hell, and probably like the DSPs and stuff, but yeah, they didn't have a ton of work for us. So like I got there and they're like, hey, what time do you start? And I was like, oh, I start at 3:45 today. And they're like, yeah, we're just gonna send you home. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna complain, you know, gonna get paid. Yeah, I spent the gas to get there, but you know what, means I get more time to sleep, more time to get shit together. All good, you know. It's like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth, just take the wins where we can get them. It's not free money, but it's close enough. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So happy that was a thing. I mean, I was actually pretty awake this morning, but as soon as I got back from the drive from the station, I was like, shit, I'm actually like really tired. I also like felt like kind of gross. So like I grabbed like a quick shower. Thankfully there was like a ton of hot water because it was the morning. Not a lot of people had used it at that point. And I could get a quick-ish shower in, feeling refreshed, and then being like, all right, fine, we'll go to sleep now. So wanted to sleep longer, but you know, life doesn't stop, and had to not necessarily like do like groceries, but I needed to shop for some basics, some necessities. And then by the time I got back from that, it was like, okay, you could attempt to take a nap, but if you do, you're probably going to sleep past your stream time, so you might as well just like stay up and yeah. So that's where we are, and pretty much after the stream I will probably be taking another nap, because naps, even though I wake up tired and sometimes not the best, feel great. And I like them, and we need to make them a necessary part of the day. that's just one man's opinion, you know? Like anything, if you consume too much of it, it's bad. So, oh, chunky boy. And there they go. Ooh. Oh, there was one. Okay. I don't know how the aggro on these guys work. Sometimes I like walk past them, sometimes I kill things in front of them and they're just like, eh. And then like, sometimes they're just like, nah, we can't have that shit. And it's like, okay. Is there like a delay on like their reaction towards me or something? It's very weird. Ooh. Oh, did I miss that or did that guy just spawn? This one should do it? Yep. Alright. Okay. So we need an Elu. Oh man, we are almost out of undershirts. Might have to get more soon. Okay, okay. Ugh, damn it. Again. All right. Where is the guy? Oh, gotcha. This guy, I think. Let's get a bunch of these. Get 14, I think. It might not be enough to buy stuff from Costume Man over here. I know, we can get a headgear. Okay. Invisible cap. Griffin hat. Wolfhood? I don't know. Crow hat. Huh. Ancient horns. Mercury riser. Drooping Pope hat. Imp. Ah. Phoenix crown. Right. Oh yeah, right. Dragon helm. Soulless wing. Saint Frill. Yeah, I don't think so. Knit rabbit ears. Huh. Twinkle little star? I don't think I've seen what this looks like. Oh, that's neat. Not really what I'm looking for. Actually, let me move myself closer so I don't have to keep adjusting. Druid. Huh. Oh. Dragon Helm Copper. No, flaming 10-gallon hat. Don't know. Definitely spoiled for choice. Ow, ow, ow. we saw that one. Shadow handicraft. Wind Whisper. Guardian. Cat Santa? I mean, yeah, that's pretty cute, maybe. Okay. Scarf. It just doesn't fit with my aesthetic. Choices. Don't know. I don't know. Fashionable sunglasses. Yeah. A beret. That's cute. Oh, there's the Goku hair. Nope. No. Luis Red Hat. Wreath? I feel like I'm not really a wreath kind of person there. Nope. Fox ears. White fox ears. Man. What about this? Do we look at this one? Cute, but doesn't match the aesthetic. Where's the one that I liked? Is it the beret? That is a maybe. You know, I actually don't hate that. I know, ironically, it doesn't make sense because it's a bell and I'm an assassin, but Maybe exactly because of that. That's what makes that work. I'm going with that. Why is it not letting me? Ah, there we go. Cool. Well, that was a nice little break. Okay. Back to the grind. Ah, there we go. Good. I was like, man, I'm attacking pretty slow. Come on, wolves. Let's go. I need you to die to fund my Zenny habit. Just one more slot attempt. Just one. I'm good for it, Chief. I needs it. Wow. No healing. I'm actually pretty surprised neither plant went off. Oh, man. Nope. Nope. Don't attack the plants. That's not what we want. Ooh. You know, it kind of will be funny if we run out of undershirts. I have a feeling we're gonna. I think I have like 3 left. Man, you know, I just had a random thought pop into my head, and I haven't heard that, like, song in, like, a long time. But I just, like, when I was, like, zoning out for, like, 5 seconds back there, the thought that crossed my mind was, Dick in a Box. Such a good song. The follow-up's certainly good, too, The Mother Lover, but that was, peak Lonely Island. I'm actually kind of surprised I don't have any of their tracks saved to any playlists on my Spotify. Kind of weird. I don't know. It's not on purpose or anything. I just think it's odd. It's probably just an oversight on my part, but you know, never know. It's a lot of wolves. Oh no. Pretty good haul there. Oh, 1,000 times stretch. Don't forget to stretch, folks. Hydrate. Maybe walk in place for a little bit in front of your computer, TV, or whatever. Blizzard. Oh, feels better. Okay. Man, it really is amazing how much like cosmetics do for you, you know? Even if some of them are silly, like now that my character has like the bow, it like gives me something else to concentrate on that's like not just like fighting wolves and like hyenas and shit. And the fact that it actually has its own like motion and stuff is really, really nice. I don't know. I want to call it a distraction, but that's like not really what it is. It's like enrichment, I guess, is how I would look at it. Oh man, I forgot that this game also has levels beyond 99. I forgot what they were called, but I did see it pop up in the menu when I went to talk to one of the NPCs. There's like 50 extra levels you can get, and each one gives you like a little bit of like a stat boost, kind of. Pretty sure it was like you can't actually, what was it? I was gonna be like, you probably can't get insta-give by like regular mobs, but I think that's just something I made up in my head. Why? Because I'm insane. I was gonna say, am I in healing range or not? I'll probably hit level 80, 88, maybe 89 by the time the stream ends. Something like that. Ooh. Oh. Friend, get over here. too. Zoned out. Oh, what the hell? It's such a peculiar sound they make. I don't remember if one of the costume options is a scarf. I think there's a scarf. I would want to check, but I also don't want to take more time on stream to look at that, especially since I won't be able to buy it, so I guess that'll be an off-stream activity. Come on. I thought I had killed you, sir, Andrew man. That reminded me of another infamous clip of that one person going to GameStop and the employee called him sir, and the guy was like, "It's ma'am," and then made a big like hoopla about it. It's crazy stuff. All right. Shabam. Okay, we need to move you here. How many of these guys we got left? Literally 3. One. Oop. Got everything? Got everything. Okay. Frontera. This is like try 13 or 14 at this point. Ugh, come on. Ugh, man. That's annoying as hell. Actually, practically. It's not even in there. Nope. Okay, that's where I was. Nope. Nope. Leaf's close. Hmm. Nope. Oh man, they don't have the stuff that I thought. Yep. All right. might as well close out those last two undershirts to see if we can even do it. So let's knock them out. Ooh. I was hoping someone would be selling like a slotted undershirt, but nope. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Did not want to teleport. It's okay. It's okay. Can you imagine running into so many wolves in the desert? Man, that would suck. Oh hey, it's another one of those things. From what I hear, for the most part, wolves are actually pretty, not like docile, but they're like more curious about you and tend to stay away. You know? But I suppose like any animal, if you make yourself known as not really like vulnerable, but like, you know, threatening, I guess. That's when they start making moves. There you are. Oh, there's another one. Didn't need to do that, but probably gonna end up fighting them anyway, so I guess that's fine. More, please. there really no wolves over here? Really? Okay. I was gonna say. I don't remember if I came from this path or the path above it. I'll just go back across that way. Makes things less confusing for me. Oh, man. All right. Fair enough. Ooh, there's quite a bit of guitars there. Should be a good haul. Oh. Forgot you can't do that sitting down. Man, all these come at +4. It's pretty good. 15%. Damn. If I'm allowed to keep my items, maybe I'll create a combo monk next season. Probably won't be playing it on stream, but still. That's pretty insane. That they just come in at +4. Which I'm pretty sure you can't go beyond 4 anyway, so after that it's just a matter of getting your gloves up to a specific amount. Woo. Okay. Let's not accidentally press F8. Oh, there we go. Now I realized how low on fly wings we were. was there. There's a get together over the weekend, last weekend, to celebrate a friend's birthday, and we kind of were reminiscing about stuff from our childhood, and I just had a random thought pop into my head. It was Mr. Bucket. Man. Fun stuff. It's a great commercial. And everyone misremembers it, I think, but oh man. I am shutting down. I think we are going to do this one last attempt on stream to slot an undershirt, and regardless of whatever the outcome is, I think after that, going to call it a day so that I can knock the fuck out. Ooh. That works. Nice try. what is going on upstairs? I start every day like the upstairs neighbor is like moving like some crazy amount of stuff around. It's always like heavy. Still not there. On the next one, probably. Yes, I heard you the first time. Just checking something on my phone. It's a lot of daggers. And almost missed that. That would have been bad. Nice. Anything else? Nope. I do have to remember to buy fly wings though, so let's do that now. Before I forget. Alright, last run. Let's make this one count. Sanko. What are you doing, Sanko? Do you enjoy your nap on that box? We have like beds and all this comfy stuff for you to lie down on, and you're like cardboard. Sanko. My arm is not a bridge. I do not know what button you pressed there. Okay, now I need to look that up. Okay. There we go. Got it. Thanks, Google. Gentleman, scholar like always. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I would definitely be able to get more what's it's called? More runes on there, I think. But I don't remember. I think Grimtooth requires you to use Katars? Or am I misremembering that? Am I making that up? That would be interesting. I did try to see if the throw stone like elemental sword thing worked, and it does not. That is still patched out, which is sad. 2 slots each. Ah. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure right and left hand mastery isn't specific to a type of weapon, just as long as you can wield one in each hand. Sidewinder, right? That would be interesting to think about. Do those drop off a specific enemy? I would assume so, since they apply curse. Curved sword. They drop off of Elliot. Robot Factory. Attack speed plus 10% though. Which is pretty good. Okay, it looks pretty good. Oh, whoops. We need one I use. The last one to use. One of use. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I forgot to put that in there. Well, whatever. Ugh, come on. That's like 16 undershirts in a row that just blew up. uh, I'll be fine. All right. Guess we calling it quits for today. Yeah, 1 out of 20. That sounds about right. Probably gonna go the distance with that one. If we're unlucky. And if we're super unlucky, it'll go for much longer. So definitely looking forward to that. But maybe we'll see what our odds look like on Friday. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you soon-ish. All right. Take care.